Happy Tuesday, everybody. We got some good news coming out next on Real Estate Daily. Yes, any of you homeowners out there, some excellent news, even though we keep getting fudded out by media, by all those media outlets. I don't care, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, all garbage, guys, complete garbage. We're going to show you today exactly all their bubble talk is all baby talk, and that's exactly what it is. Before we get into that, my name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage market. Now, before we jump into it, do me a favor, hit that like button. I want to get my subscribing up. I want to make sure that I give everybody the best 5 to 10 minutes in real estate. The real news, not somebody's opinion, not some narrative coming out of DC, not some narrative coming out of some crappy newsroom sitting at CNN. Boy, talk about garbage there. All right, so let's jump right into it. Bingo. This is from Kobesi letter. And again, guys, if you're not on X, you're not hearing the real news. You're hearing just really slanted and sometimes borderline lies that are out there. Home prices in America's 20 largest cities jumped 6.1% year over year in December. Think about that. They've been talking about a bubble now for, I don't know, 2-3 years. And still in 2024, we're up 6.1% year over date. That means that you people that sat on the sidelines or decided, hey, I'm a renter for life, dude, a renter for life. What are you renting for? What is your value of what value do you have in your bank account or in your investments? You need to get a house, and I know a lot of you say, well, it's Troy, it's tough. You can't have a plan. Start with the plan. Okay? Start with the plan. If you don't have a plan, I don't want to hear excuses, because the plan is the beginning, and then execute the plan. Every single year in January, we all come up with our New Year's resolutions. Hey, why don't you start a resolution or a plan in February or March? Start something today. Okay? Get out of that rental rat race. If you're a homeowner, yes, you guys are partying, because now the negativity out there is full of beep. All right, so let's get into it a little bit more here. This is the Case-Shiller Home Price Index, and this is what everybody's going off of. There's 3 different lines right here that you see go up, right? So that's a national index. So the purple line is the nation, complete nation overall. Then you have a 10-city composite and 20-city composite. 10 major cities. And then we have the top 20 major cities. And you'll see everything is at all-time high. This right here, right there is 1987. This is 2000. This is 2000. There's the bubble right there of 2000, 2008. All you naysayers, it is so funny even thinking about listening to you guys. If you would have bought at the very height of the bubble, where would you be right now? So let's just call it national index. So we're about 180 right here. Guess where you ended up today? You are at let's call it 315. You've gone 80% growth in your value of your home by simply holding your home for 15 years. Think about it. The worst time to buy, you're up 80% if you held it for 15 years. Okay? It does not make any sense when people out there say, oh, buying a house is dumb, or, I want to be a renter for life. Guess what? You're not intelligent. Now, let's go back down here, to 2007, okay? 2008, right here at the low. Okay, we're talking right there. 2010, 2012, okay? That number is 125. If I go across, let's see if I can show this better here, right? So we're just gonna go electric slide all the way to 125, all right? And that, again, we'll follow the purple. So 125, if I bought my home in 2010, 2012, it's right here. Well, where did it end up? Oh my, here's 300 line right here. Oops, broke that. And we're at 315, like I said. So we are up, what, 200%? It's one of the greatest investments we've ever made. Number one. Number two, think about it. It's not like gold. I can't sleep in gold. I can't build a house in gold. I can't build a house in stocks. I can't build a house in I have to live somewhere. So whether I own stocks and I live and rent, I'm just killing myself. 1 minus 1 is 0, bro. Doesn't matter. If you're a good trader, maybe you're making money. Fantastic. If you're not a good trader, you're losing money every single day you rent. This shows you, this graph continues to show that the greatest investment you could ever make, okay, for in the last 100, 200 years has been real estate. No question about it. It's up 200%, okay? So some of you out there go, well, NVIDIA's up like 500%. Guess what? That's one stock out of 10,000. Some of you say Bitcoin is up, okay? Get it as well. Can't live in Bitcoin, can I? Can't do anything. In fact, I can get scammed out of Bitcoin. You know, it can't get scammed. I don't know anyone that got scammed out of a house, but I get Bitcoin's a great way to have made money, and it continues to be a great way, and crypto absolutely is a great way. But guys, that's 2-3% of the United States are even looking at that. Here, everyone needs to have shelter. I'm sorry, the governor doesn't believe it. I know the governor of California thinks 10% of our population should be homeless. He's running to those numbers as fast as possible. But for the 90% of us here in California, we want shelter. And this is a great graph to show you that the American dream is to build businesses and buy homes. Those are the things that are the American dream. Some areas it's not. Yes, I live in that state of garbage. All right, home ownership. California home ownership at the highest level since 2010. We were saying, Troy, look at this. Come on, man. You're showing me a graph of the greatest, home ownership in California since 2010 for 14 years. Guys, California is one of the worst home ownerships in the United States. Okay, again, you can slant an article any way you want. Let's go take a look at this. 2023 home ownership share, 40% dark, green, yellow, right here. It's 77%. So let's go look at it. 55. So on the West Coast, what's the worst state to live in for home ownership? Drum roll, please. You got it, Johnny. It is California. You know it. It is a state that doesn't want you to be a homeowner. We already know that. I've proven that over and over and over. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. You've done a great job to keep us homeless, keep a lot of homeless, and you can't even decide on what subsidize first-time home buyers and help them get a house. And don't tell me the Dreamer program, which you stole from a year ago, the Dreamer home program, that now you have to go with your little tail between your legs and have to give some of the money back. So to do that, what do? You make the restrictions so hard that first-time home buyers have to jump through so many hoops. It is ridiculous what you've done. You continue to show that you are the worst governor in the United States. All right, so let's go look up here. All these are in the 60s. Right here, 69, 61. I mean, look at this. 55, right? Look at Hawaii's at 64. Then we jump, as we continue to the Midwest, all in the 70s and high 60s, right? Let's go keep looking, people. Well, guess what other garbage state is in the 50s? It's only 2 garbage states are in the 50s. You got it, Johnny. It's New York. New York and California. Running right into the ground. You know where you want to go if you want to be homeless. You want to have poor education. You want to have high crime. Why? And you have overpriced real estate that is now showing that both governors of that state, of both states, show that they have no absolute dedication to helping homeowners. None, zero. Shows you right here. Come on, guys. Shows you right here. Why home ownership? Okay? This is the American dream not being realized in these 2 states. Thank you very much, Orange County Register, for that. All right, let's jump into our Interest rates, we saw again, conforming tick up about one basis point. 30-year FHA gone down 2 basis points. Now it's under 6.7. 10 basis points down a jumbo. Jumbo's like crazy. And again, 15-year. Guys, you know, there's no inventory on the market. Inventory ticked up very little. Very little. And when you're out there looking for a home, and I'll take any one of you out and show homes this weekend in Southern California, and almost every open house will have 20 families go through it easily. Some of them are sitting on the sidelines waiting for interest rates to go down. Interest rates go down, we'll have a ton of multiple offers on it. Even today, the better homes that are in good fixed up condition, they're in multiple offer situations, and they're going for at or over asking. And we're not seeing this change, guys. I don't care what people say. I don't care what bubblers out there. Look at year over year, it's going up. 2020, we're at all-time highs. 2021, the real estate market was at all-time highs. 2022, real estate market was at all-time highs. 2023, real estate market was all-time highs. 2024, real estate market was at all-time highs. Why are you on the sideline? I don't even understand anymore. I don't. You know, you can call me a shiller for real estate. I'm just going to call you renters. You don't have the assets that the homeowners have. And it's a separation of the middle class. That's what's happening. Thank you, Washington, D.C., because you're making that all possible today with all this inflation. You are separating the middle class. It's just tearing it apart. Instead of paying for everyone else's borders all over the world, how about closing our border, number one, or at least, enforce the law there. But more importantly, put that money and subsidize it towards real estate. Give the first-time home buyers, some kind of subsidy. And in fact, it's such a great idea. If you were to put down 20%, if the federal government gave every single buyer the 20% down and made it a second on their house, okay? Meaning that you qualify for 80% loan. The government puts 20% down. Number one, that lowers your interest rate. Number two, gives you no MI, so you qualify for more. Okay. Number three, the government owns 20% of your house. Okay. So you can't refi it until you either refi it with that 20%, and that's taken off for the government. What does the government benefit? Well, they get the benefit of rising home values, because that means that to refi it, and to own 100% of it, then you're buying out the government. Otherwise, the government owns 20% of your house, but they've helped you in a house. You're not sitting in a rental property for the rest of your life. And that's just how it is. I've been standing, pounding the table here. What did we do? We had the government here in California say, oh, we're going to do all these subsidy programs for first-time home buyers. I've heard it for 3 years. Nothing has come out of it. It's just a bunch of voter, let me get the votes on my side rhetoric. It's not about the stand to get any and everybody who wants home ownership, give them the opportunity. Even if you have to help them put 20% down, the government will benefit from that, because they'll own 20% of a appreciating asset. Now, I can't say it's going to appreciate the whole time. It could depreciate. But if I go back to it, what do we see here? Come on, guys. Ever since 2012, which is right here, what do we see? We've seen 200% rise in home values. 200%. Doesn't make any sense. Actually, it's about 160 something percent. Doesn't make any sense. There's no sense here in this. But we're going to spend money on so many other things because we think that other social agendas or other issues across the world are more important than U.S. citizens. That's how I'm thinking. That's how I'm feeling today. And I'm hoping that you out there know what's the right way to vote. I haven't heard too many pro-politicians, talking about subsidizing, government funds towards real estate. We need to find those politicians. Those are the ones I want to back, okay? I want to back those. I don't want to back the homeless coalition out there. I don't. It doesn't help anybody out, okay? That's the state of California. That's their coalition. I want to help, people get into houses. And that really is the most satisfying thing that I've done work-wise ever, because home ownership changes lives. All right, guys, I'm off my soapbox. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.